This week trade is a clear definition of not every week is a trading week. Let me show you guys how. So starting off, I was looking out to take a trade on any of these 5 pairs which I analyzed last week. So during this week, price tend not to respect the zones and did not give me a perfect entry. So this is 2 weeks now that I've not been able to get any high probability trade. So on this GBP AUD, the weekly time frame is bearish. You can see this is the lower low and this is the lower high. So price retrace back and wick above this lower high, but did not body candle close above. You can see did not body candle close above, so we remain bearish on this time frame, which is the weekly time frame. So if we move down to the daily time frame, you can see that the daily time frame on the retracement back to that area of interest, the daily time frame created bullish structure. You can see higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So immediately the structure change to bearish. Lower low, this was the lower low and this was the lower high. So I was looking to trade the retracement of the weekly time frame. So this first structure that change indicates that it is likely to continue the sell to the downside. But when I waited for this retracement back to this place to give me rejection candle, let me remove this so that it will be clear. So now when I waited for this rejection, to give me, for this pullback to give me rejection here, price created this candle body close the previous lower high to form a new higher high. So that is why I was not interested in this trade, because I'm supposed to trade the pullback of the weekly time frame down to this place. So that is why I did not enter this trade. But next week, I'm still interested in this trade because I'm anticipating this next week candle to fill this. So hands crossed. Let's watch out what the next week we do. So moving on to the next pair, GBP NZD. So GBP NZD on the weekly time frame, you can see that the weekly time frame is bullish. It is the higher high and this is the higher low. So although I was waiting to trade this pullback to this place before I'll buy this week. So last week I was waiting to trade this pullback. So I wanted this candle, or anticipating for this bearish candle to have a wick. The wick should be long to retest this zone before the sell down to this area of interest. So if we check the daily time frame, the daily time frame was bearish. It was bearish. If you look down, you see that this was last week Friday candle. So within this week, I was waiting for price to have a pullback to this place. The way I draw this, to have a pullback to this place, give me rejection before I take the sell. But immediately price open, price did not pull back, price rallied down to take profit without giving us the pullback. that is why I did not take this trade. So I'm waiting for this to turn bullish, this time frame to turn bullish before I continue the buy using the higher time frame. Say the weekly time frame is bullish, so I'm expecting to continue the buy. That will take profit here, something like this. So you can see this is the new lower low and this is the new lower high. So the 4-hour time frame, we are bullish, higher low, higher high. So you can see price weak below this zone but did not body close. So whatever happens here, we are still bullish on the 4-hour time frame. So waiting for the daily time frame to turn bullish next week before I'll be interested in taking this trade. So NZD USD on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I was actually looking to take this trade to continue the sell momentum on the weekly time frame. You can see this was the lower low and this was the lower high. So price pullback, not a great pullback, because this place would have been, I would have loved this candlestick to close in this zone, but rather it broke above the zone. Last week candle broke above the zone, so this week candle had a little retest and continue the buy on the lower time frame. You can see you have a retest and continue the buy and close at this place. So you can see that we are still bearish here, but price close at this strong area of interest. I'm really interested in this trade. I'm very interested in this trade next week because price close at the very strong area of interest. So anticipating the sell down, but before I'll be interested in this trade, the daily time frame must turn bearish. The daily time frame must turn bearish. You can see the daily time frame right now is bullish. This is the higher high, this is the higher low. So I'm waiting for the bullish is bearish structure before I'll be interested in selling, having the swing sell to take out this low probably. So the next pair is NZD-JPY. So NZD-JPY, if we check the weekly time frame is bearish, same as the NZD-USD. I was looking to take this trade to sell from here, but rather price broke above, so no slow down, no sell. So we were bearish here. It was the lower low and this was the lower high. So immediately price got to this place. I'm waiting for rejection here to take this trade to the downside. So we never got any rejection on the lower time frame. So that is why I did not take this trade. So loss avoided here. So right now we are bullish. So this is the higher high, this is the higher low. Let's check the 4-hour also. 4-hour also. The 4-hour now is bearish. This was the higher high and this was the higher low. So immediately this candle body closed below this zone, so this one became the lower low. So and this one now is the lower high. So we see that this candle did not body close above, so whatever happened here is market structure. So now we are bearish, so anticipating the continue to pull back to this place we are still bearish here, so nobody in there entered there. So that's why I did not take this trade. So moving on to GPP CHF. So GPP CHF, I was waiting for pullback here to buy, which if you check my previous video, I clearly stated that I don't think that pullback will happen this week. And that is exactly what happened. So on the daily time frame, you see that the daily time frame is still bullish. The daily time frame did not retrace back here. So, but if you check the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame is also bullish. Does not show any sign of retracement yet, so it's also bullish. So still waiting for pullback here to buy. Once price get to this place, then I'll now buy. So that is that on the pairs for last week. I was unable to get a decent entry last week, so that is why I did not take any trade. So this week I'm seeing interesting markets. The market are setting up this week for good entry. That will give me a very good 1:3 minimum. So fingers crossed, and let me know in the comment section what you normally do whenever you don't see a valid trade in a week. So how do you feel and what do you do?